Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans. And look, you've got to admit that Jacob Zuma has probably got an IQ of about 43. And I'm sorry for people who got that sort of IQ, that you've been put in the same basket. It's probably a lot lower. But that's a reality of the situation. And despite having such a low IQ, Jacob Zuma is now playing games with the judicial system, and the ANC judicial system is going along for the ride. What a load of crap. Yeah, this is the guy who keeps on being sick when it's time to go to court, and then when he's not going to court, you see him doing all sorts of crap, saying how wonderfully healthy he is. This is a complete charade. What are we talking about here? Well, let me tell you. Former President Jacob Zuma might not appear in the Pietermaritzburg High Court this week for the beginning of his arms deal-related trial due to, you got it, you're a bloomin' you're a genius, yeah, due to ill health. Okay. This was indicated by the National Prosecuting Authority on Saturday. Zuma, who had approached the Supreme Court of Appeal in another attempt to escape prosecution, was scheduled to appear in court on Tuesday. His supporters were also expected to pack Freedom Square in front of the court. Well, there's a thing called a middle finger. There's a justice system, but apparently only applies to certain people. National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Balelwa Makeke confirmed Zuma's court appearance arrangement to independent media and said, but whether it will in reality is up in the air at the moment. Mr. Zuma, through his lawyers, indicated that he is not well and will be receiving medical attention at the time he is expected to appear. What a load of BS! Absolutely incredible. But this is South Africa. It's a gangster state where Jacob Zuma and his cadres, they can do what they like. It's absolutely disgusting. The court is seized with this challenge between the state and defense, said Makeke, without giving further details. Zuma's spokesperson, Zukile Matabela, did not respond to questions about Zuma's state of readiness for the trial. Zuma's lawyer, Dan Manchas' phone was unanswered on Saturday. Of course, they've all gone to ground, haven't they? His supporters said they were ready to travel to Pietermaritzburg to support Zuma. However, unlike in his previous court appearances, spokesperson for his supporters, Nkosentsha Shezi, said there would be no night vigil on Monday evening. Why would you spend 1 second thinking about this arsehole? You know, it just shows how the L factor is completely gone. It's completely disappeared. Anyway, let's continue. Shezi said, on Monday we will issue a pamphlet informing supporters about transport arrangements, and on Tuesday morning people will be in Pietermaritzburg. Independent legal expert advocate Mbolelo Meneno said Zuma had a right not to appear in court at the commission if he was not feeling well. Yeah. This is such a load of BS. They should drag him into the court, even if he had the friggin' coronavirus, and just make him give evidence. But anyway. Neno said he has to produce a medical certificate to the effect that he is not well. That certificate should explain the nature of the sickness and how long he is expected to recover. In terms of his right, if he is not well, how can he appear before court to articulate his position or defense? Well, let's face it, like everything else in South Africa, the medical profession are corrupt. So getting one of those certificates is like something you just go into a shop and you buy. You know, it's just so easy to get hold of. The case against Zuma dates back to the early 2000s when the now defunct Scorpions investigated him for his role in the multi-billion rand arms deal, in which he allegedly received a bribe from French arms manufacturer Thales, which is his co-accused. Zuma was never charged, along with his former financial advisor Shabir Sheikh, who was sentenced to a 15-year jail term in 2005 for arms deal fraud and corruption charges. The case has died down after former National Prosecuting Authority boss Mokotedi Mfe found that the charges had political meddlings as a result of the revelation of the spy tapes. However, the charges against Zuma were reinstated in 2018 by former National Prosecuting Authority boss Sean Abrahams, who was confident there were reasonable prospects of a successful prosecution. Well, the rest of the world is looking at South Africa right now and saying, what a bowl of shit. You know, really, it's absolutely ridiculous what's happening in South Africa. These guys, everybody knows they're corrupt. Everybody knows they should be behind bars. Everybody knows that they have destroyed the economy of South Africa, and yet they walk around there like they are gods. They're not. They are pieces of shit. And Zuma is probably the biggest pile in the bunch, but that's still under question. Despite Zuma repeatedly calling for his day in court, he has repeatedly tried to squash charges against him. Last year, Judge Jerome Nguni, Esther Steyn, and Tobo Poyo Devati dismissed Zuma's and Thales' applications to approach the Supreme Court of Appeal to appeal against their decision to dismiss the application for a permanent stay of prosecution. Wouldn't they love that? Nevertheless, in January, they both directly approached the Supreme Court of Appeal to listen to their appeal against the three High Court judges. In a reply and affidavit to Zuma's appeal papers, Deputy Director of Public Prosecutor Advocate Billy Downer said Zuma had no tangible evidence to prove that years of delay in prosecuting him had resulted into an unfair trial against him. Downer wrote, "There is nothing in Mr. Zuma's affidavit in support of the present application which comes closer to meeting the highest standard." Now, all I'm going to say is that, as I've said so many times before, the judicial system in South Africa is completely corrupt. There is no balance. It's all about the ANC cadres. They run the show. It's a gangster state. Just understand that. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like the video. Please share the video. And above all, please stay safe.